What up? Do you get out of breath easily? Do you judge yourself for breathing heavily every time you walk up the stairs? Do you find yourself saying things to your friends like, oh my God, girl, I'm so out of shape? Well, you're not alone. Hi, I'm Christina Redondo with Redo the Work, and it sounds like you're suffering from an insecurity. 1 in 2 Americans is insecure about other people hearing them breathe, which makes no damn sense because we need to breathe in order to live. Does the fear of being out of breath keep you from exercising? Well, stick around because we're about to get into it. What's up, everybody? Today I'm talking about our insecurities of being out of breath. And I'm really passionate about this topic because I have also been that person. Breathing heavily and gasping for air is no doubt a scary feeling. I mean, we can't live for very long without air, so shortness of breath definitely feels uncomfortable and might also feel frightening. As a fitness instructor, I hear this all the time from people. Yeah, cardio's not really my thing. Dude, I suck at cardio. Boy, do I hate running. I've said all these things before too, and I still say them sometimes. But why do we hate running? Why do we hate cardio? Is it because our legs give out and we actually can't perform the action of running? Is it because in the middle of an exercise, our legs can't keep up with us? Or is it because we don't like being out of breath? My guess is that your body is stronger than your lungs are and you start breathing heavily before your legs give out. Am I right? So let's talk about shortness of breath, how to overcome your insecurity of it, embrace it, and even handle it with some gracefulness. And let me first start by saying this. If you've ever said this before, oh my God, girl, I'm so out of shape. Listen. Even people who are super fit get out of breath when they do stuff, even maybe just walking up the stairs. Let me explain to you why that is. So we have blood, right? But what's the purpose? Why do we have blood? So our blood is a delivery system for oxygen. It transports and delivers oxygen to all of our body parts because every single one of our body parts needs oxygen to function. And we have arteries that pumps the blood down and around into our bodies. But then how does the blood come back up? Well, we are vertical beings who walk on 2 legs. And so in order for blood to come back up through our bodies, it's fighting against gravity. Are you with me so far? Our arteries pump blood downwards and are powered by the heart. But our veins are what pumps the blood back upwards, but because they're fighting against gravity, are powered by something much larger, our muscles. So every time our heart beats, it's sending blood downwards. And every time we move and flex our muscles, blood is being propelled upwards through the veins. That's pretty cool, right? So the more we use our muscles, the faster this oxygen delivery system of blood is circulating, which means our heart needs to beat faster and we need to intake more oxygen. And that's why your heart is beating faster and you're breathing heavier because your body needs oxygen to do what it's doing. So let's recap. Muscle movement leads to an increased heart rate, which means you need more oxygen, which means you need to breathe more. It's one beautiful continuous cycle and just another one of the many things that our bodies do for us without us having to think about it. So if you're moving your muscles and your heart rate is up and you're breathing heavier, that's great. That means you're doing it right. Now, if you live a mostly sedentary lifestyle and you sit a lot of the time, your muscles aren't giving your veins any energy to pump the blood up with any real force. So if you find yourself in a situation where you have to walk up a hill or some stairs or something, and your veins start pumping blood upwards through your body as they should, your body's gonna be like, oh my God, what is happening? We never do this. Is she okay? Is she in danger? You might really feel your heart rate increase because your body's gone into overdrive to get you up that hill to safety, and that would explain those panicky feelings that come along with the shortness of breath. And that's really all there is to it. If you're exercising and you're breathing more heavily, that's great. Your body is functioning exactly the way it was designed to function, and you have nothing to be ashamed about. So, now that you know all that, what can we do about it? Well, the answer is really pretty simple. Breathe. One of my biggest pet peeves as an instructor is asking my class to breathe through an exercise. Open up your mouth and breathe. It's okay to hear the sound of your own voice. And then they just don't do it. If you've ever been to a fitness class, is it usually a bunch of people breathing loudly and rhythmically? No. But oxygen is life. We need it to live. Without it, we'll die. Why do we do this to ourselves? Well, I know why, because I've been that person. It's an insecurity. For some strange reason, there's this giant stigma that if our heart rate is up and we're breathing loudly and fast, that must mean we are weak or we can't keep up or we're out of shape. Like, where the hell did this belief come from? Well, darling, if you want to be a lady, you must stand up straight, cinch your waist, and deny all of your bodily functions, and that includes breathing. Do you want people to think you're strong? Well, then you must suppress everything about you that is weak. And dude, breathing is weak. Buy my product. Use promo code Toxic Masculinity at checkout. Now that you understand how the body works and why our heart rate and our breathing increases, I hope you're able to debunk that belief. If you're exercising and you're breathing more heavily, that's great. That means you're doing it right. Even the fittest people in the world will experience shortness of breath. Still feeling a little insecure? Well, how about this? Have you ever been in a fitness class and there's that one person in the class that is unapologetically breathing heavily, and you've thought to yourself things like, wow, he's really getting into it. It's not that serious, dude. Dork. Fucking hippie. Come on, have you? Yes or no? I have. Okay, well, what about this? Have you ever been in a fitness class where somebody is panting and struggling and you've thought things like, oh wow, they must really be struggling. Wow, he's so out of shape. Come on, keep up with the rest of us. No, of course not. Well, at least I hope not. Because if you're judging people in class for not being able to keep up, there's a special place in hell for you. But really though, it is our human nature in a fitness setting to hate on the people that we think are doing better than us and to ignore the people that aren't doing as good as us. We feel so insecure about ourselves that the people who are less fit than us are invisible, but the people who seem like they're doing really well are the ones that we love to hate on. I'm sure you've heard this school of thought before, that the things that we're most annoyed by about others are the things that we most dislike about ourselves. Let's break that down in this context. If you're over here after this crazy cardio set and you really want to breathe heavy, but you won't because you don't want anybody around you to hear you and think that you must have been struggling, and so you're doing your best to keep it together and breathe through your nose. And then there's this guy over here breathing with his full set of lungs, and of course you're going to get annoyed by him because here you are abiding by these fake social rules that you're supposed to keep your breathing to yourself, not take up too much space with your breath, and here he is not aware of these social norms and breaking all the rules. And why does he get to do that and you don't? See, you think you're containing your breathing because you don't want other people to think that you're too weak or that you can't keep up. But the truth is, you don't want other people to judge you the way you just judged that person for breathing the way they want to. Think about it for a second. Is that true or is it not true? And one more thing. While you're trying so hard to hold it together so that you're not the butt of someone's jokes and you're taking in shallow sips of air instead of expelling all the carbon dioxide by taking big, deep breaths of air, this is what's actually happening to your body. Taking quick, shallow breaths like that is the same thing that happens when you get startled, right? And it signals to your brain that you are in danger and it ramps up your anxiety even more, thus increasing your heart rate even more. It's the big, deep breaths that signal to your brain that you're safe and that you can relax. And by not breathing deeply while you're exercising, you're not expelling all the carbon dioxide that you need to. So instead of breathing in and breathing out, what's happening as you take in these quick sips of air is you're compressing the carbon dioxide further into your body. And it's mixing with the oxygen, and it's what my vocal coach calls dirty air. And sure, you can still get by breathing like that because you still are taking in oxygen, but it's not the optimal way to breathe. And that's all I'm gonna say about this topic today. I'm clearly passionate about this, and it's because I've been that person before. I've been the person in class who won't allow myself to breathe fully because I've been too insecure. And I just need to say this, that ever since I let that shit go, my fitness has just improved dramatically. This is how we do the work, everyone. It can get really messy. A lot of the times we're on autopilot and we make snap judgments about ourselves and others that really don't make any sense. And so step one is to bring awareness to it. And if we can admit to some things that we've been doing, that is the first step towards doing better. Now that we've addressed the self-limiting beliefs in regards to breathing, I'll post another video with specific tips on how to breathe optimally during your workouts so you can feel more comfortable and more confident. Let me know if anything in this video rang true for you. Leave me a comment below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And please share this video with somebody who can benefit from it. And I'll see you next time.